I'm Lauren from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a detailed look at the Garzini AirTag passport holder, which I've been testing for a month. Let's dive in. This passport holder is made with top grain leather and it feels really premium in hand. So you can see that the stitching all around is really nicely done, and there's this AirTag holder on the back, which we'll get into in a second. But in general, this thing is just really, it feels really good when you're holding it. It feels really nice. And then there's this little buckle on the front here that is the way that you open and shut this thing. So we're gonna go over kind of the features all around here. We'll start with this AirTag holder. So this is on the outside. The AirTag does not come with the wallet, but you can buy it separately. And you essentially just like pull this little strap back and slide the AirTag in. So let's say hypothetically didn't have it in there already. You slide it, into place, and it just sort of slots in. And here is two of my major notes with this thing. So one of which is that it can be a little bit difficult to actually slide it into place and get it into place. You can see that the way I had it folded, it just took a little bit of finessing. The other thing is that it doesn't feel super secure. So when I have this buckled, it doesn't really move around a ton, but if I just give it a little bit of a push, it does shift out of place. So that doesn't really bode well in terms of like if the AirTag falls out of this thing, it's kind of useless in terms of tracking it. You can find the AirTag, but not necessarily the wallet. So that's something to keep in mind. When this thing is a little bit more packed out, it does lock it down a little bit more. But if it's not fully packed out, then that could be a little bit of an issue. So we have some branding here that's debossed. And then on the inside, it's a pretty simple wallet layout. So on the side here with all of the cards, we have space for up to 7 cards. And then there is a space behind here that can fit cash. So the cards here, you could double up if you wanted to. Thinner cards do slot in like that. And these have like a little bit of like an anti-slip in them. Let me show you. Like on the inside, it's very subtle, but it's in there. And the cards do feel super secure and they are easy to get out when you need them. So for me, 7 cards is more than enough. So that's totally good. Then we have some RFID blocking on this as well. In the back here with the cash, I have just like a bunch of bills folded up, and then here's some international bills, so they're a little bit on the taller side, so you can see that those fit in perfectly fine as well. So the cash was great. That's like a really great spot for it for me. We also have a pen right here, which comes with, it's nice. It's just like a, just kind of twist it to open it, and it slots in there pretty nice and easy, and that's great if you're filling out like custom forms or something like that. And then over here we have an ID window with a little hole so you can use your thumb to push your ID out, which is always helpful. Not all wallets have this sort of a thing, and you can be kind of just like trying to yank it out. And then we also have the spot for the passport back here, and then a little slot on the front that's diagonal. And this is some travel documentation that I needed for a trip that I took to the Dominican Republic. So that is where I kept that. It was great I knew exactly where it was gonna be when I went through TSA. And then at the front, this is a passport size notebook. I just kept my passport tucked in the back here, but you could also flip it open for easy access, but they will likely at security ask you to take it out. So when you need to take it out, it's nice and easy to do so. In terms of packability, this thing, considering the fact that it fits a passport and travel documents and everything that it fits inside, it's still pretty compact. So we'll show you a couple in comparison shortly here, but in general, this was a little bit too big to fit into like one of my pants pockets, but it fit really nicely in like a sling or a travel backpack or something. And it just it feels very like self-contained because of the shape of it. This little like buckle thing was not a huge deal for me. There are some designs that you could get from other wallets that have a zipper, but I didn't really feel like I was missing anything like that. It still feels nice and secure with everything inside, even when I have it stuck in a sling or something. If you're finding this video helpful, hit subscribe so we can keep making content to help you travel smarter. Here it is in comparison to a couple other really popular travel wallets. So here we have the Bellroy travel wallet and then the Fjallraven passport wallet. The Bellroy travel wallet is more like a classic billfold, so if that's the type of style that you're looking for, this is a really great option. We do really like this a lot. Your passport goes in this little slot here. It's got space for, it says up to 10 or over 10 cards, and we're able to fit a ton in here, but it is pretty sleek in the scheme of things, but it is a little bit taller, so it's very minuscule, and it can get a little bit thicker. Like once all of this stuff goes into this wallet, it does start to thicken out a little bit. So I think in relation to both of these, if you like that billfold design, this has a pen as well, which is cool, then this is a great option. But I kind of feel like this gives a similar vibe to that, so it just kind of comes down to preference. And then with the Fjallraven, this has a little bit of a different like design. It's their G1000 fabric instead of like a leather or something. And it does have a zippered design like I mentioned earlier. And when you open it up, this has a spot for coins, which neither of, I don't think the Bellroy does. No, neither of these options have a spot for you to put coins. So if that's a priority for you, this is a really great option for that. But it does have a decent amount of space. It can fit a decent amount of cards in here as well. The biggest benefit is that it zips shut, but you can see that the size difference is pretty huge. So I think in terms of size and what you get, the Garzini is a really, really great option that feels nice and premium. So there you have it, the Garzini AirTag passport holder. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel, and we'll see you in the next one.